Pro 1000 cartridge. Take a look inside the floating chip holder. You hear it? It's just floating there. It is black. The housing is black. These are the single-use chips, and notice the housing is white. The question was, someone was using these chips, the single-use chips, and they wanted to just not buy any more chips and just disable ink monitoring when that cartridge was declared empty. That's the only time you can do that. It is declared empty, and it will then instruct you, hey, in the case, they look at you like a dummy. Hey, you want to continue printing? Even though they know it will not be a good idea. You can do this, this. Press the button for 5 seconds and disable ink monitoring. Well, great. Now I don't have to worry about using chips, right? It'll just read the chip as yellow or magenta or red or blue and allow me to continue printing. Sure, it will not show me the levels, but all I got to do is take this out. I know this weighs 32 grams approximately. When it is empty, I can just add 80 milliliters of ink, pop it back in. Sure, it will not register at all, but it will allow me to continue to print. Now, I promise you that I will check periodically the weight of these cartridges so that I never let it run empty, okay, or beyond empty, let's just say. Because at that point, you don't want to draw air into the system. Sure, it will be vented downstream. It's not like a Epson stationary cartridge printer, which, if you get air in the lines, then you really got to do some drastic deep cleanings to be able to push that air out. This will not force you to do that, but some people are having trouble disabling ink monitoring, and they're wondering how come it won't work. Because it doesn't work with these, okay? It doesn't work with these. So if you're contemplating doing that at all, don't do it on the cartridges that you install those single-use chips on. Do it on your own original OEM cartridges with those chips, the black holder, okay? That will allow you to disable ink monitoring. I don't believe those will work. And so far, people have told me that they do not allow them to disable ink monitoring. So, what if you already threw away your chip? Then you have to buy another one. You have to buy another $12 chip. That's all I can tell you. It will not allow you to do that. Only the OEM chip will allow you to do that. All right? So that is it. Once you set that to no ink monitoring, it will be similar to having a chipless solution on your Epson P800. That one reads full constantly. This will just read non-existent. Basically just the colors and nothing, no ink levels. You have to monitor that one. You have to monitor this one as well, physically, yourself. The only negative aspect of that is that this is an opaque cartridge. You cannot see through it. There is no little window to tell you, oh, I still have ink in there. Whereas the refillable cartridges that you will be using on the P800, when you use chipless solution, they are translucent and you can see the ink levels when you open up the lid. And if it's above 50%, for instance, you don't have to do a thing. Just close the lid and continue printing. I would begin to top them all off at about 50%. Now these, you can top them off as needed, but the catch is this. You have to know what the empty weight is. You have to know what the full weight is. And you cannot force more ink than you can push in here, because you will have a geyser when you remove the syringe, because you're pressurizing the ink in here. It's not like a cartridge you just simply remove the plug and refill. It's not like that. You have to actually add the exact amount of ink. So if this has 10 milliliters of ink, then you can only load 70. What if it has 17? You better be good at math then. Subtract 17 from 80, and that's the amount that you will actually load inside here. 2 ml up and down, you're okay. 2 ml up and down, you're okay. But you cannot load 90. Okay, you'll have an explosion of ink all over your face when you remove this syringe, because it will be positively pressurized. You don't want that. It'll make a huge mess. All right, that is it. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. And until the next time, happy printing, everybody, and bye-bye.